Not
Yeah, man.
definitely. So shit, we about to get it cracking right now. So
Oh, let's hit it.
let's get it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all for tuning back in to Chaos Culture Radio. This Prince Hakeem. I got my man
Yes,
Mustang
sir.
Ron with me.
Must say, Ron. Yeah. You know how we do it. You know how we do it, Hakeem. We do this every freaking week. You know how we
Every
do
freaking week. We back for another session, and we got a special session. I
it. It
say it's
is.
special because I mean, me and Mustang Ron been having some issue getting some business ladies on there. It's always the brothers that show up, standing firm.
Always.
Always the
No,
brothers.
but you gotta understand something. These women out here, they working, man. So we can't get too mad at them. But pretty soon they gonna hit us up. You know
They
how that goes.
working, but they need to take that stick out their ass. You know what I mean? Don't be so like fucking thinking like they. You know what I mean? Like shit. We trying to
I
put you
already
on.
know.
So for another Black Enterprise section, we
Yes.
got my man Gammy and Jabari LIVUNFAZED Apparel.
Yes. I ain't gonna lie. This kind of really, hit home because these two brothers I actually grew up with. So they out here doing their thing. So
Oh,
it just
they
shows that
from the five?
they from the five, man.
Oh,
305. Yeah.
I ain't. No. I'm talking. They from Trey Five.
No, they ain't trade five. Jabari from like Liberty City, but Cam
Okay.
is like more close to us though. Close to trade five.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
AP.
Yeah.
Oh,
Alapata.
that's still the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you AP. Okay, let's get it. I'm from AP too. I'm from Trey Five.
He from trade five. Born and raised.
Original Trey Five. Not with
Original
them.
Trey 5.
Original
Two-
Trey
two-
Five. Not what you see them youngins out there. Yeah.
He's
29
original.
10.
Yeah.
Original gangster.
I'm from 35th and 18th.
You right on the other side, man. Right by the train
35th and
tracks.
18th. Yeah. I used to hang with them boys in Bate. You know what I mean? And I can keep going. The boys from off by APPAREL Station on 31st. You know what I
Yep.
mean? When they used to call themselves 31st Gambinos. You know what I mean?
Right by them apartments over there.
Yeah.
The back apartments, yep.
Yeah.
I was in
that's
the
where he's
house,
from.
so I was in the house, so you know what I mean. I wasn't
Hey.
outside like that. You know what I
Hey,
mean?
and Jabari, that's still good. Them niggas in the house, those are my heroes. You feel what I'm trying to say? Those are my. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I wish I never came out to the streets. You know what I mean, and embrace this type of lifestyle. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I was in the house too.
Hey, shit, y'all my heroes then. You know what I mean? So
That's why we still here today, man.
Definitely.
Yeah, it is, bro. Hey, Hakeem, don't forget, man. We got, also we been sponsored by a new. You already know how we did with sponsors, baby.
You see, this is why I can't do a show without him. We got somebody paying us with a sponsor, and I be forgetting to even say the sponsorship.
Word.
So let's
Shout
give a
them out.
shout
Let's
out.
go.
Yeah, let's give a shout out to shoplikeaking.com. They're based out of New York City. You know, our first sponsor. Use the coupon code CHAOS. You know what I mean? You get 20% off shoplikeaking.com. Now, perfect. Now, Roni, since these are your brothers, because, hey, Jabari and Gam, I'm going to tell you something. This man been speaking highly about y'all since even before I brought him on, he always spoke about y'all. To me, he was like, yo, my mans, they out here getting it. You know what I'm saying? They out here getting it.
He better.
He always speaks highly about y'all. So I'm going to let him set it off, you know what I mean, for him to introduce yourselves and, you know what I mean, what do y'all do? I'm going to get into, like, the whole backstory.
Okay, Gam, let's start with you first. So tell us about yourself. Like, where you came from, what made you get into this industry? Just tell us about yourself. Go ahead.
So, fellas, first of all, my name is Gammy De Los Santos. Let me get this out the way. I'm from Alapata originally, and I went to Miami Northwestern Senior High School 08 alumni. So let me get that first of all, first most out the way. I'm a 08 Bull. You understand? So listen. We still family because we in the same city, but we must put it out there. 3 P, okay? So
yeah.
So I just want to get that out the way. The root in me, that's what inspired me to be so versatile today and be able to do things different as far as everybody else. So the root first and foremost, I want to say that I learned a lot when I was going to Miami Northwestern and the things that I've seen around the whole area period of being in Miami and then partially raised in New York City, in the Bronx and in Manhattan. So how I like to say, how I like to come off is I got a New York flow, LA vibe and a Miami style, because it's really all those elements that make me who I am today. I'm all about brotherhood, and I think that's what really inspired me to stay focused in anything I do. It ain't just this; it's throughout the whole experience of first of all, being a multicultural kid, and growing up around just a diverse world in my head, I think. And already just having that type of beginning in life made me super creative, made me super diverse, where I can't just stay put. And so there's a long history with me personally where I think my biggest talent is bringing people together to understand that not only do you matter, but you a factor. And that's the thing about me. I never let no one run me over. I ran things over. And that's the
Preach.
mentality.
Talk
That's
that
the
What you
talk.
mentality.
said. Preach.
Talk
You
that
understand?
talk.
That's the mentality that has catapulted, first of all, our brotherhood. I had to honestly put the anchor down since middle school, since Alapata Middle School, since Miami Northwestern. Although all my brothers was a little darker than me, and I was the more light skinned dude in the group, everybody knew about me. Like, yo, hold up, he just hold on. I remember one person's like, yo, he ain't white, chill, he ain't white, he good. And I'm like, when I had that experience in Miami Northwestern with Ja'Cory Harris, let's be more precise, ex '08 Bull alumni as well, champion. That was an experience that I'll never forget. That it's like, in the sense, man, I'm dealing with other things that most of the darker brothers ain't really got to deal with, since we in that zip code over there by 79th.
Yep.
And so already, like, my experience from the get-go was all the way different from the norm. And I had to deal with different things. With that said, a lot of those experiences has opened up my mind, helped me to help my brothers, because to me, that's the most important thing. Like, I never put stupidity between my brothers. I never put women between my brothers. I never put a division between my brothers. That to me was the key to surviving through a very violent upbringing in my home and in New York, and all the things that I endured over the time. And so I'm saying all that to say that is first person. I learned how to be a man early, before any of this others. And that was the foundation to understanding myself, to then understand something to do. And it's very important you identify that and don't never forget what you really come through and come out of, and what's your aim. It's always important to remind yourself, hold up, I'm not here to rearrange my route that I've already been setting in place. Like I said, I never let someone or something run me over. My philosophy was chase the numbers, don't let the numbers chase you. So, all that to say then, man, we can sit here and talk about me all day, but at the end of the day, or at the start of the day, live unfazed is more than just a slogan I see in it. Or y'all can picture it now vividly on clothes or on a post or on social media. Live unfazed is what didn't allow me to blow my head off with a 45 in the room one day. It was the reminder. Like, it started back in like 2007, and I was with one of my other partners called Devin Spence, the cousin of Sean Spence, who's in the NFL now. Devin Spence, aka D Wiz, was my producer at that time when I was making music at like an all-time high. I'm talking about like 3-4 records a day. And I was more known for that. I was known for murals at different parts of the city and in Miami Northwestern. So I had a whole history already of art and all that. And how I tied it in with surviving is I had a very domestic violence type of childhood, had to run from the cops, had to do a lot of stuff that put me in an uncomfortable situation on top of race. So like I said, my experience was already off rip survival. Like, it was either I get eaten or I go out here and start hunting. That was like always my mentality. Somebody who really know that's my attitude towards things. Like, you're gonna have to like entirely beat me. You just gonna have to entirely beat me. And that's what I did, and I spoke to life like that. You just gonna have to entirely beat me to get me out of this. And that's how Live Unfazed was created in my heart and in my mind. I told myself I'm not gonna let not even my own mother stop my tracks. And Live Unfazed is more than what it sounds like. It's an opportunity to think different, to think strong. It's an opportunity to understand to guard your crown at all times. Never compromise. It's an opportunity to understand. When you learn to understand, then you'll understand. Because we out here just thinking that we know something. And until you really get consistently hit and challenged, you'll never really know what it is to really live on phase to the frequencies out here in this world that is not of you. You get caught up real quick, you know. It's funny because everybody in high school, who I grew up with thought that I was the light skinned player, that I was gonna be the first baby father, that I was gonna be the first one to be married, you know, the clip. And what's crazy is I'm the last one still standing on that. I really lived unfazed throughout I really know what I made because it was survival. It was like survival, like, man, since the jump. And so that's the foundation of this thing. I speak serious because my life has really been serious more than creative. It's just happened to be creating helped me put it out visually. But survival is the root of this thing, brothers. Yup.
And of course, Hakeem, same thing. Jabari, one person I also grew up with. You already know, what I'm saying, like a brother, second brother. You feel me? Jabari, so tell us about you, man, because I also know that you also partnered up with Gam on the Live Unfazed. So tell us about yourself and what made you go into that company as well.
Well, first of all, I gotta take a second because Gam said a lot. I almost choked up over here. You know what I mean? That's what you call coming from the temp.
Yeah,
that's,
exactly. Don't get emotional.
That's what you call coming from the trenches, man.
No, definitely. He really,
we gotta meditate on that real quick.
Yeah, he really dropped the testimony right there. You know what I'm saying?
He did.
Yeah, that was powerful.
I told him preach. Remember, I don't say preach unless it's powerful.
No, definitely. And shit, hey, you see, we was quiet here. You know, nobody could not refute what he was saying because it was powerful. And I hope you listen to what Gammy said and understand. You know what I mean? Especially us coming from inner cities, dealing with what we have to deal with, and you know what I mean, conquering your mental health and still trying to survive through all this with no help, no counseling, no nothing. So it is a powerful message what you said. You know what I mean? Knowing
but I love the fact. I just love the fact when he say he's the last man standing.
Oh yeah,
that is a powerful statement. You know what I'm saying?
Because
we gotta go back to JB because JB, he's kind of shy, so you gotta loosen him up.
No, definitely. And I want to hear, and I also want to hear too. When after you explain yourself, Jabari, what positions you and Gammy play in the business?
Yes.
Yeah, all right. I'm not shy. I'm a grown man, so I'm just gonna talk to y'all like the homies. But Jabari Garman, that's my name. You know, guys that really know me, they call me Slum. I'm a Miami Northwestern alumni, of course, from Liberty City, of course. Yeah, man, I just been the guy that's been in the house all the time, that been, just low key, trying not to start trouble with nobody. Sometimes trouble finds me sometimes, but, it is what it is. I knew Gam since out of Pata, and, our relationship, our brotherhood has grown since. I will get more into my personal life. I'm not really in Miami right now. I've been living in Baltimore and I've been living in New York. Just been venturing around just for certain circumstances that only Gam and Ronnie knows why. But with Live Unfazed, and when me and Gam was living with each other at one point, he been had the idea of Live Unfazed, before then, since we was in high school. But it really came to fruition when we was living with each other at one point, and we didn't have a dollar sign name. Mind you, we both was working, but we didn't have a dollar sign name because bills came around and other things came around. So we really had to live unfazed to that. He experienced death on his side of his family, and around that time, I experienced death on my side of my family with my aunt. So it's with that, with finances, with saying certain women that I meet, and they just pretty much didn't work out. That's not really important, but what I'm saying in general, Live Unfazed pretty much helped me as well, not do anything stupid. Keep my mind on the path. And, live unfazed, the meaning of that is pretty much says it for itself. Live unfazed. I take of it, live unfazed to the BS that's around you. Keep going forward, keep moving. And, there's a lot of times we living together, we have to pretty much, survive off rice and beans for the night, and rice and tuna fish and sometimes waffles on the side, of tuna fish and noodles, you know what I'm saying? All these weird ass combinations. But hey, at the end of the day, we're here today, and I I got to big up Gam again on this one, because he put me on to this opportunity. You don't see this every day, where you have a friend that puts you on to a business so he can help you learn about owning a business in the near future. Because not to say it was his intention, but that's pretty much I'm grateful every day for the opportunity to have part of the ownership we Live on Phase. I believe in it ever since he spoke about it. I'm just glad that I'm part of it. I thank him every day for putting me on, because I never had intention to own a business in my life. You know what I'm saying? I just was going to put on my work boots, go to work, come back home and just chill. But it's more, into life than just doing that. You want to own something. And I'm learning about this whole ownership process of how to own a business, how to own things. And I'm going to give it to you because, again, I didn't have a father figure in my life with these things. I didn't have an OG that sit down and tell me about ownership. You know what I'm saying? I see people like Gam. I see people like Ron, OGs. I was around OGs, you know what I'm saying? Like these type of OGs I was around. They gave me the blueprint on how to do things. So, I'm very grateful for the Gam for Live on Phase. I'm very grateful for Ron for all the other teachers he told me. And, we're here today promoting Live on Phase here on this podcast. I got a big up Gam. He should be talking most of the time. I'm just here in the background, part of this partnership, supporting my brother and supporting us, because we in this together at the end of the day. So
I want to add something, a brief thing that I wrote here to kind of around this thing up right quick, because we just giving y'all the personal backdrop, and I know we going in order, but I want to just say this quick. So LIVUNFAZED Apparel is a designer clothing brand standing for more than a slogan, but a complete reminder to guard your crown at all times. We now represent a mentality of winning in Christ, protecting your energy from that which is not of you. In a world full of many distractions and sin, there will be levels of frequencies that won't match your well-being. Here you have a dedicated brand to display uplifting motivational designs you can wear with pride and integrity at all costs. So that pretty much, that all that we said is rounded up to those very specific about the brand words, because this is more than just clothes, man. This is more than just wearing something. This is a mentality that once you grasp this thing, you're gonna start living different. Like you're gonna start living more bulletproof the more you think about what this means. And it really happens like that. It catches everyone around me that I've brought this idea to. And so Jabari been in the trench. So as far as him thanking, he should thank himself, because without him, I wouldn't really have also a reason to live on faith and to keep going. So yeah, I just wanted to add that, not to interrupt.
But Hakeem, you see how when me and you be talking off the scene, how you always talk about we need to come together. You see how they came together to build something beautiful?
I love it. When I say
You
I
see,
love
you
it,
always tell me that.
I always tell him that. And brother, and I just want to expound on what Jabari said. He said him bringing him in Jabari. You don't see that too often.
You don't.
People of minorities coming together, building a brand, building a business together. You barely can call your homeboy to come help you with a couch.
It's a fact.
You know what I'm trying to say? So the fact that you started a business, Gammy, and you said, hey, I'm going to bring my brother in here. Listen, not to work, not as a worker. And this is something I want the people to listen to. Not as a worker. You brought him as a partner. That's also a big component of that. Same thing, Liz. I made this idea to start a podcast, but I said, hey, Ron does things better than me. And I'm not afraid to say that. I learned from him, and he learned from me. Why wouldn't I make him a part of this? I always have to correct him. I say, this is our business. not yours. I don't care if I started it, but and this is why I say that, and why you think black women lead statistically on creating more businesses than black men or minority men. Go read the facts, and the fact is, black women can get together and do a lot of things. Men can get together to do a lot of things, but not business. We can go mud out some holes, go smoke a sack or something. No, for real. And it's good. It's good to hear that, and it's special to hear that, to see that these friends who got together and who's growing a business, and I love to say that, and that's the point that I want to.
Right.
It's inevitable what can really happen here if we all add some more to it. I like to say that because to me this is more than a brand. It was really something I always had in my head as I was meeting death. I was meeting survival. I was starving, literally. What really makes me build this thing is people understand what it is and apply it to themselves. I'm so unselfish, man. And someone who really knows me, like Jabari, he can sit here and explain that a little better of how unselfish I really am. Because this ain't just about me.
Mm-hmm.
I want to show my brothers and my peers, like, hey, look, when you having a weak day as a king, this is a reminder. Hey, put this slogan on front of your face, and don't forget, guard your crown. We kings at all times. We could take the armor. Achilles in the movie took his armor off but never took it off his mind. The man was ready for war at all times. The man was ready to attack at all times. Because you take your armor off does not mean you take it off mentally. That never leaves. That never is removed. That never is touched. That never is compromised.
Facts.
And that's been my mentality in life. You could strip me down naked and I'ma still attack like a lion. You could take the sword away from my hand. My mentality is still attack like a lion. And that's what live on phase is, when you become bulletproof to things. When you don't let nothing unsharpen your sword of your mindset. It's deeper than just what it say. And so the design part of it is just, hey, here go have fun with it. Just have fun with it. Wear it. It styles a little. But what's really happening here is a birth of a real sword in your mind to survive with, to strike with. And so that's what I want to drive home above anything throughout anything. I want to make sure that this is the center focus when we talk about this particular brand. It's not clothes, it's not designs. This is about a mentality of winning in Christ. Let me get that in there as well. Yeah. Because with Christ, things are bulletproof. And so then comes all the creative things that we about to drop, man. Y'all stay tuned. It's a catalog, man. Like, I got a binder full of pages and ready to drop on y'all.
And I wanna say something as well. Like, this man, Gam, when you see Live on Phase and all the shirts that's on the site right now, he's the artiste. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's his thing. He's the one that brings these things to life. These inspirations that we send to him. He brings it. He puts his illustrator, put it on there, and he brings it to life on a shirt. So I just want to point that out as well. And I'm just, the guy just like amazed, like, wow, every time he showed me something, I'm like, man, like, people finna buy this stuff, man, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, he brings a lot of these things into life, man. And, that's all. I want to add those 2 cents on that.
Jabari is my partner financially and design wise as well. He really adds an element of approval to this whole thing. And he has a sensitive approach to things as well that I respect, that allows me to ask him for advice or an approval. I got many homeboys. I wouldn't even say that. I got many brothers around me that I can really hold accountable for stuff. But Jabari is very different. And to me, he stood out of everybody for me to partner up with. Let's get that in there. Because Jabari ain't just anybody for me personally. He's my brother. I'll take a bullet for this man. And there's a certain line of respect there and why he is in that position with me. Whether we started out with $5,000 or whether we end up with $500,000. This man I can trust. And so that don't happen overnight. That don't happen with 1 or 2 victories. That happens with a real lineage of loyalty. And so, once again, like, there's a reason why my brother's in position because of his face that he's shown every single round. And I think that's another message that we need to show our community. Like, you don't just put anything or anybody on, do you? You don't trust everybody with your bank account, do you?
Right.
So, things are in detail, man. And like you said, Hakeem, that I ain't just, and I hate to sound like it's me, because it never really was
Yep.
me. It's a collective, man. I'm just like, I was just the one holding the baby in my stomach. I still needed the doctors to birth this thing. I still needed the one to hold the baby afterwards. Like, I needed the whole room to help me put this thing on bed to be out here. So it's collectively something we all birthed together. And it happens to be that out of music, out of me doing furniture design, I come from a real art. I come from a real artist background. I've touched every media of art, done murals, pastel, painting, watercolor, you call it, to having tracks on Empire on Fox, to having tracks with DJ Khaled. I've had my first record hit when I was 18 at Miami Northwestern. They called me with my record spinning on the radio that I wrote for another artist. I got a long line of little victories, little things that I've accomplished. But to me, what fulfills me more is when I know that I will fulfill my brothers with winning mentality, with winning, striking mentality. Like, that for me makes me go a different way so it's a lot to say, man. I just want y'all to know when y'all deal with me and with this and my brothers, and Ronnie, you my brother too. I know we don't speak a lot, but we speak in the spirit because you
Yes, sir.
connected.
Yes, sir.
And Hakeem, now you are aware. Let this fire burn some more, like how we say it in the islands. Fire upon them. You understand? You understand?
Yep.
Like, let this thing burn and like cut through, man. This is what it's for. This is the ignition right here. Yeah.
So again, I want to ask you. So if someone comes to you, a young gentleman comes to you and say, "Hey, how can I start my own company? How can I start my own brand?" What advice would you give that person?
Oh, I love these questions. And as I'm saying answers to you, I'm still applying them to myself. That's how real I am. So the first thing I would say is go pull out a credit report. Go talk to the three credit bureaus and go pull out a credit report and see where you stand on the U.S. soil as a credit score. That this is how real business works. That's the first thing you go do. You go check your credit score, see where you stand, and then we could talk. That's the number one thing, because why? A lot of things rely on business relies around that. Approvals rely around that. And Jabari knows that this ain't new to me. When I speak, I can say it off my tongue because Jabari can tell you I've helped him out with that part too. There's a lot of essential things that tie in with starting a business, and the number one thing is your credit and the business score. You want to establish that. Okay, all right. So again, go into the credit score. What do you do with that? Okay, see where you stand first. Open up a secure line and work your history so that you can pull out substantial loans. So you can pull out help substantially and build some type of value over yourself so that other things can open up for you, so that you can pull out money to start a business if you don't have saved up money, which is the majority of us. We come from these inner cities. We come from these underpaid jobs. We come from under everything, really. And this is my main thing that I would like to stress off on any head. This is the way real America works today. You are based off of a score. And once you start that, establish that, you'll see why I'm stressing. Like, you'll see why that's so important. You can buy a house, you can buy a building or rent a building. It's for your business. You can borrow 10 grand and start a business. It's not just, that's why I'm more than just clothes. You can start a whole lot of things that can start more things and really put you in position. After that, after the credit score thing, I would say find yourself a job, or let me rephrase that. Find yourself a skill that can catapult you either career wise, happiness wise, and comfortability wise. You see, because we colored brothers, there's already a lot to settle for, and so much that we can really grab with just that already in place. I'm saying some things out of experience. Don't matter if I'm lighter or darker. We still on this shade of gray. And a lot of this stuff is not said highly. It's not stressed. It's not said to the inner city kids. Never for once has no one told me at any of these schools in the inner city about real things of 24 hours of adulthood. No one told me about credit. No one told me about saving.
Yeah.
No one told me about
Mm-hmm.
portfolios. No one told me about none of that stuff.
Definitely.
Preach. Definitely.
They told me
true.
about everything else, but none of the important stuff. And
Preach.
let me
Go ahead,
let me say something else. I grew up without a father. My father's been gone since 1997, July 5th, and I'm about to be 31 December 6th. So you can't also tell me, oh, somebody taught you something. Nah. You know what drove me? Curiosity. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of living like this. I'm tired of not being informed. I'm tired of coming up short. I'm tired of just being tired, damn it. So,
but you see that, Hakeem, you see what he's saying? That's what a lot of people in the industry city are going through right now, and they're not teaching us the right information.
No, definitely. This is why we got brothers like Gam and us who's trying to bring this information to the forefront.
Preach. Go ahead, Gam. My bad. Go ahead.
No. Listen, we added. We're not subtracting here. So, like I said, let me pull it back. A skill that will catapult you to a career that is happiness, accountability, and it's worth it. Okay, because we quick to settle. Hey, I'll tell you what. I settled a lot for a lot of underpaid jobs, and everyone around me has always told me, always reminded, damn, this what you doing? Man, you a smart cat, man. You need to. Every single year I've heard this, man. And it comes to a point where that stuff start eating you alive, man. And I think even when it's not told to you, you must think this way. You got to get up out of your whatever you thought it was and really go out there and grab. And so, to come back to the table, credit, learn the skill so that you can go anywhere in the world and get paid for that skill. You ain't signing up for a job. They signing you up for a role to get paid off of what you know best. That is what if I had to sit or stand in front of a lot of kids, these are my words. No sugarcoat. I'm not going to sit here and be like, yo, do this and do that. No, exactly what I'm saying right now is what I will be saying to younger kids that ain't grow up with a father, ain't grow up right in their minds. They was forced to do things, forced to be a certain way, which was me. My mother mentally has left me a while ago, and my father hasn't been here since 97 when I was like 9 years old. So you tell me how much substitution I had to make him. A lot. And a lot of us go through. We got to find substitution. Unfortunately, some of the substitution in the streets. And I was a product of that too. But I made a stand for something. Y'all know this saying, a man that don't stand for something gonna fall for anything. Like literally anything, any given day. The biggest, the slimmest booty, the most fires gas, or the most bummest gas. Like you'll settle for any of the most pettiest. And me and my guys and my brotherhood, they know I hold each and every one accountable for things. And that's the expectation that I expect when someone is around me, because I don't surround myself with nothing short. Although I came from shortness, now we know what to do, how to move. You're responsible for that. Understand? When someone gave me some type of help, some type of word, how you think I felt? Responsible to that. Like, okay, I just got some insight right here. These guys don't know about it, but they gonna know about it once they see me do something with it. And so that like thrill has been my life, y'all. I've always was put on to something that no one knew about in a way, because I asked for it. Asked questions. I went and I was like, hold on, something don't feel right here. And so I'm in debt with y'all, because I'm not only talking through the wire, I'm talking through y'all, with y'all. Like from this day forward, we gotta move different, y'all. You understand? Everybody who's gonna listen, we gotta move different. We gotta understand to then understand. You feel?
And man, Gam, you saying some powerful stuff, boy. Boy, I feel the fire within me about to blow up, boy. I feel like
Definitely.
boy,
But
I can't, boy.
no, he dropping some hit. But let me ask you a question. So, how long the process took you? Like, let's say, for instance, or just give, how long did it take you from an idea to where you got it to a website?
So 2017, I trademarked Live on Phase TM because I thought about it so many times. Do I really just want it to be apparel? Do I really just want it to be accessories? My mind is so much bigger than that. I want it to be a brand, like something big. And 2017, I trademarked Live on Phase Apparel. Ironically, SunBiz, when you file for a trademark, they go through a hard file search and see particular words that you can trademark. And so apparel wasn't one that I could really trademark. So in a sense, they made me correct that and put Live on Phase LLC just because of how I filed it instead of a sole proprietor or anything else outside of an LLC. They made me correct that. So the trademark is Live on Phase Apparel, but the business on file when the numbers start ringing is Live on Phase LLC. So since 2017, I've had the trademark. 2020, January 28th, I filed Live on Phase LLC. So that's the order that this has happened. The idea came into play 2007, but like Slim said, it came in fruition a little later. Just playing around with music, playing around with being quiet in the room, just meditating and just thinking deep. And Slim know how many times I didn't went over paper, over paper, over paper. I'm not satisfied. I'm not satisfied. I'm not satisfied. So many times over and over, I redid this, redid the logo, redid the name, redid the logo, redid the name until it hit. And that's the process of coming with something that's real sturdy, man. You got to go through something to know something.
Yeah.
And so since 2017, it is really hardcore when this thing started.
You want to add something to that, JB? Bar?
Yeah, like I said, you know, because learning from how he trademarked Lil Phase, and how he pretty much had to go through all types of paperwork and pay all these types of fees and stuff just to get this right. We had to take our time to do this because we want to make sure we do it right. We don't want anything to come back to us to harm us in the future. Learning this whole process, we was having a conversation about this the other day, and I was just like, well, now I know what to do next time. If I want to open up my own business one day, you know what I'm saying? Now I know the stuff that we took just by watching, observing what he did and what we did together just to get to this point. If I want to open something just to put on somebody else that I know, like one of our homeboys, you know what I'm saying? So that and it's still a process because even when we got everything settled within the business name itself, you got to worry about inventory. You got to worry about the designs that we need to find inspiration on what type of shirts we're going to pretty much do. We got to sample some shirts, feel the texture of certain shirts, see what shirts looks right, because everything, we pretty much taking our time with everything, not trying to rush it. Because, our motto here is, quality, not quantity. Quality is big for us. We want to make sure that, the paying customer is getting the best quality design, quality shirt, quality texture, or whatever type of accessories that we selling. It's all about quality over quantity. And that's our motto. And that's another piece of advice I can give out to anybody that's wants to own their business. It's going to take time and not trying to rush everything because it's all about quality. A lot of people put out their stuff. It's pretty much, just be honest, half-ass stuff. I salute it, but it's half-ass. Gam is not that type of guy. You already know who he is. He takes his time with the designs. He doesn't like it. He's throwing the page away. And we can be working on designs for like a few months, but he will not stop till he get that one design right. So, we're all about quality over quantity.
I like that. I like how you said that.
That's wonderful to hear. Now, my next question is this: since the whole inception of your business, and Jabari and Gammy, you can both answer. Would you tell me what you think is the most difficult thing that you had to overcome or deal with when starting Unfazed and getting to where you're at right now?
I would say paperwork. Why? Because I've learned from so many people in real businesses. There was a Broward County group of guys, Haitian boys, and I forgot the name of the brand, but the brand got so big in like months. Chris Brown, a whole bunch of, and if I mention the brand, if I remember, if it come to my mind, y'all will know exactly what it is. but I caught the little pivotal time of their little uprise. Some Haitian boys coming up from Broward, and I saw them coming up on blogs and celebs wearing their stuff, and I saw how quickly that diminished in a way. I don't know what happened to them, and it made me curious. Like, was their paperwork right? Was their business structure right? A lot of us are more emotional human beings versus thinkers and readers. And I'm going to say that with a real grain of salt because that's really what it is. A lot of us, we don't like things slowly. We like it fast. And so it's important for us to understand structure. And that's why Living Phase has taken me so long to launch because I'm talking about all the way from a wholesale license. And I'm just giving y'all like apparel business. There's way harder business startup and structure where it's going to require way more than $7,000. It's going to require like not just one, but like 2 and 3 lawyers. It's going to require a lot more to start. So this brand apparel stuff is like easy in a way, but now I can say that because I didn't went through it. But $700-800 worth of paperwork ain't easy. Okay, you don't just wake up with that amount of money and be ready to pay all type of stuff with it. You know, so first I had to find out. Okay, tax wise, I don't want the city to come hit me with a letter later after I done pulled in 100K in 1 year or whatnot, and somebody sponsored me, and now I'll go as far as saying this. I had a white girl in college threatening me, telling me, "Yo, I'm taking Live on Phase away from you. Like, it's not even on Sundays. You don't even have a trademark. Oh, you wide open with the idea? I'm gonna take your brand." I had a white girl from Nebraska tell me that. And you see what I'm saying? I had crazy experiences where like, oh, hold on a minute. It had me thinking like, hold up. I immediately went on a computer and I said, holy cow, I'm sitting on something and I'm already getting threatened around with it. And little things like that times like 5 times made me so curious and react so fast. That pushed me to go, okay, I need to go search this. I need to search that. Florida taxes, wholesale license so I can buy in bulk. The DUNS number. The DUNS number to your business is basically your social security to build credit, but in business line versus your personal line. All these little tricks in setting a business up so that no one is messing with you. The trademark, your domain, your .com. You got to trademark all of that. You got to license all of that. You got to put so many things. You need your accountants, all your receipts. There's so many things to this that I took upon myself before I said January 28th. Y'all ready? Here we go. Boom. We on the market now. And I got friends around me that's trying to do the same. They didn't know what to do. They asked me questions. I took all that heat. I learned all of that. And I'm not taking pride in it against my folks. I'm saying it so we don't make the same mistake. You understand? I'm saying this so we understand, like, okay, look, it's not impossible if you take steps. And the hardest thing was paperwork because I wanted to set up shop correctly. I know so many people that can catapult me, but I'm not willing to just do it just cause if I'm not set in stone right. Like right now, I can go send out a text and reach A-list artists right now. I can go to C-list artists, holla at everybody in Miami, YD, Pitbull. I can talk to a whole lot of people from the
I
city.
love YD, by the way, not to cut you off.
That's my brother, you know.
I love him, bro. It's sad that he doesn't get his props.
Right.
Well, maybe somewhere down his business structure, someone ain't doing something. And so this is what I'm talking about. With a dude that consistent.
Talk that talk, man.
A man that, I know YD, like, not like where I hang with him every day, but props to my man, because he's like family connected to somebody else, no name, that is connected to me, that is dating my niece.
Okay.
It's in-house. So, like I said, he got so much talent, so much consistency. I know that somewhere down the line, something ain't right, because this man should be in higher levels. And I ain't discrediting nothing. I just expect more, just because I know he about it. And I can say that about a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? I can say that about a lot of folks in my phone book that, you know, Jabari know that I've hit some points with several people, and I'm just not willing to clout chase that. I'm willing to work, get my stuff right, and then like, hey, look, now, hey, look, I got some, hey, look, man, I got something here I think is valuable. I got something here that's in place. This is what I've done. I've set this up. What can we do from here? How do you see yourself partnering with this? That's the type of conversation I would have. Although I have so much access. And if you don't create that type of research or that history, someone's gonna snatch your stuff, man. And so that has been the hardest thing in this whole experience. Leveling paperwork, leveling the business structure. Now we can go have fun with it. And anything you do, I'm advising that. Go get your paperwork. In music, it happens so often. That's why, for me, it was a priority. Because they jerked me when I was 18. They jerked me on a couple things, man. Warner Brother was in my face for $500,000. And because my lead singer didn't tell me he was low-key signed to another label, we lost that deal. We lost that offer. He didn't tell nobody. And he had us go all the way to Georgia to Ben Stiller's house and go cut some deal to then come out with nothing. So little stupid things like that. Warner Brothers in my face with $500,000 on the 15 city tour funded. We lost that opportunity. Little stupid things like that. A lot of people can't really say. To me, it ain't nothing because there's more that you can do, but it's something, you know what I'm saying, to learn from. And so this is why I stress that. Like, for me, no one's going to now take Living Faith. No white girl, no black girl, no black dude, no white dude. No one's going to take that because I know my business structure now. So this is what I have to say.
Right. And this will be the last question. So I want to ask you guys, do y'all feel like school is important, or you feel like school is kind of crippling us when it comes to learning the business trade?
Just depends.
Yeah.
Jabari, go ahead. Give it like 2 minutes. And I simply want to say, because I want to give him some floor.
No, I get you one real quick, G. So, I mean, you know, when we was at the West and Alpata and whatnot, we didn't really learn about those things, about, you know, ownership of things of that nature. You really start to learn those things once you on your own. And, you know, once you really much, you know, you have to pretty much do it. And people around you telling you, this is what you got to do. So, to answer that question, school, now, it really depends on what type of trade that you're trying to do. But if you're trying to own a business and whatnot, just pretty much grade school, when we was there, they didn't teach us anything. So probably college would, even though college, when I was in college, I didn't learn much about business and stuff like that either. That's why I never was really interested. But, you know, I learned all this stuff being around GAM and, you know, learning from the behind the scenes and taking notes, mental notes.
Nice.
And even physical notes of what we had to go through to get this open. So I let Gam speak because he probably, you know, say a little bit more than what I can say.
I went to school for industrial and graphic design because I knew that if I learned this particular skill versus just blankly trying to learn something in this field, I knew that I was going to really get something out of it. And I didn't go to no business school. I just learned from business people who took the time. And what I did was I put design and I put business or anything else together and created something to produce something. So I wouldn't say school is everything unless you're purposely trying to build a skill, like I told y'all, a skill that you can go anywhere in the world and get paid for. You're not trying to go to school to just learn something and dip out. You got to have purpose, man. You got to have purpose to go to school because anybody can go to school. Anybody can catch a scholarship if you practice or whatnot. But is it something that is really there to help you in the future? The question. So
Good question.
I specifically went to school to learn graphic designing, to learn marketing, to learn anything in that field and how to put a face to a business. Not business structure, but how to put a face to it. It's two different things. So it depends what you go to school for. You can learn a lot of you can learn a lot of stuff outside of school by taking your time and really being curious.
Oh, you want to say something, Jabari?
I was just gonna say it really like just piggybacking to what Gam said. It pretty much depends on exactly what you're trying to learn. Like me, y'all know when I went to school, it was all about, just chemistry, science. It's like STEM major type stuff. So, uh, of course, that was pretty much overshadowed by, learning about real life stuff and learning about owning a business and stuff like that. But, I don't want to dismiss school because I think, certain people, they need some type of school, even like a certain trade or a college or university. So, if you're interested in being a businessman, maybe look into that as a younger generation, maybe they should look into certain majors or programs that offer those type of business programs in school. But it really depends on, like Gam said, it really depends on what skill you want to learn.
Yeah, don't just
Apply that to
blankly
your
go
life.
to school just to get your credits and have just a bachelor's degree to scream about. That's dumb.
Right.
You wasting time, and quite frankly, you wasting money. So
Yeah.
you gotta have purpose, really.
I like how you said that, and it's great for you guys to say that because the only reason why I mention that because I see a lot of people like Gary Vee, you guys, I can give names upon names. A lot of people didn't really go to school and they very successful. That's why I always mention the schools, and I like how the fact you guys say focus on your purpose and see if it matches with your purpose. Don't just spend your money on wireless. That's facts.
Yeah.
Hakeem, you got anything else to add or what's up? Is he said? Hakeem. Is he still on?
I'm here. My bad. I was just trying to place. No. I think this was a great interview, man. And y'all some inspirational brothers, man. I've learned a lot from listening to you, Gam and Jabari, and man, I hope my listeners can learn a lot from as far as from where you started to where you at now. So that's really it for me.
Not only that, but tell us how can they reach you guys. Tell them how can they buy your guys gear. Tell them how can they email you guys.
Drop your information. And I'm also put everything under the description to the podcast.
Yeah, so, and I give you his info. Go ahead again.
So the catalog, as we're dropping, you can find everything easily on LIVUNFAZED.com. That's LIVUNFAZED.com. As far as the Instagram, the same way, LIVUNFAZE97, because 97 is the year my father died, where he helped me inspire all this stuff. And then my personal Instagram is Gammy De Los Santos, GammyDelosSantos. That's on IG. That's on Facebook. But most importantly, y'all attack Live on Phase, man. Y'all get inspired with that. Jabari could say his location.
Yeah, I'm not gonna tell y'all my location, but my my IG is Garmin JB. I don't really care about that. That's just a personal one. But make sure you guys follow the Live on Phase 97 IG, and the IG again is Live on Phase 97, LIVUNFAZ 97. Find us on IG. If you want to write us an email, our email here is LA97@liveonphase.com. Again, check out our website, www.liveonphase.com. Get your merch. And again, just remember, it's bigger than the money. Of course, we would like to have it, but it's just about putting out the message, especially in these times that we're living in. We all need something to push us through, keep us going. So this is what Live on Faith is all about. Just make sure you guys don't.
Hey, to be honest with you, I just don't want them to hit you up. Buy a T-shirt, man.
Yeah.
You fools buy a T-shirt, support. Put some money in their pockets so they can do some big stuff. I don't want them to just hit y'all up. I want y'all to buy a T-shirt. You know what I mean? Don't feel shy to spend $60. We know you got it.
And you guys gonna like
it.
You guys gonna like it when you see it, so you ain't got no choice but to spend it. So hey, might as well just go ahead and burn that money anyway. You get it back.
Basically, you know what I mean? These are intelligent brothers. You know what I'm saying? Who came up with something beautiful, and I'm saying the designs are original, is beautiful, and you know what I mean.
Yeah,
support.
Remember, Hakeem. I told you I got a shirt. You feel me?
Yeah, nice. I'm at the cop one. I'm a cop one. That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. You guys buy a shirt. That's really all. Really all this is. And let me get into the sponsor.
Let me say something real quick before you have a sponsor. We got other things on there as well. We got face masks, because I know in these times, you may not.
Nice.
Yeah, we got the customized face masks on the site as well.
Nice.
And we got some other stuff that we pretty much going to be releasing soon. So just
quick question: do that ship overseas? Because we got people from Dubai be listening to us. Jamaica,
yeah. Kenya. Or y'all just mainly ship in the U.S.
Mainly ship in the U.S. We can ship anywhere, man. As long as you got a doorstep or something, man. It's right there. We'll make it happen. We got to touch everybody, man. Everybody can live unfazed and move forward. Everybody. So wear the gear with pride and just wait, man. We got some wavy designs coming that we customly putting together, and it's really gonna hit home, man. It's cozy, it's flashy, and it's integrity, and most importantly, man, it's unfazed, man. It's untouchable. It's untouchable.
I like
Definitely.
that. I like it.
So
Yeah, shout out to the sponsor, Hakeem.
shout
You
out
know
to the
what I'm saying?
sponsor, shoplikeaking.com. Shoplikeaking.com. Coupon code chaos, get 20% off. This has been a great interview.
Yes,
We signing off. Y'all boys give y'all last shout outs before we sign off.
Hey yo, this your main man, Gammy De Los Santos, aka used to go by Kid Gam, but you know, I done turned up to a man now, handling things. I want to give a shout out to Ronnie and Hakeem for hosting us, first and foremost. I want to give a shout out to the whole Unfazed crew, you know what I'm saying, a little bit, you know, Jabari Garman, JP, you know, the
yes.
whole family and everybody who is a part of it, who's a branch off, who's a branch in, whatever. And anybody who's listening, get inspired, get moving, get informed, get some money going. Forget about the pandemic, because we had a pandemic before that, and that was laziness. So let's get up out of it and let's keep it moving.
Yeah, let me get a shout out. Shout out to my brother Ron. Hakeem. You know what I'm saying. Shout out to JP a little bit. Rod Law. Kenny, Jew. You know what I'm saying. Alex, everybody. You know what I'm saying. Everybody down there in Miami. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to my mama too. And let's keep this going.
Mama.
Yeah, mama. Shout out to moms. You know what I'm saying? Moms, grandpas, everybody.
Basically.
Yeah, but we want to get a shout out to people overseas. Thanks for listening always. So you guys keeping us on, and not only that, they've been donating too, Hakeem. So they supporting us, dog. They supporting us.
Yeah. Shout out to the overseas, man. Shout out to the overseas for sure.
They supporting us, man.
Y'all
get ready and we out. Chaos Culture Radio.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Man, I just appreciate y'all just listening. Stay tuned for the next episode.